friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Altea, and in today's video it's a tutorial and I'm gonna show you how to create this crochet tulip case for your AirPods Generation 4. So if you have AirPods and you'd like a cute case, make sure to follow this video and like and subscribe. So for this tutorial, you're going to need a selection of 3 colors, and in this case, I'm going to use these 3 colors: a scissors, a 3mm crochet hook, and a stitch marker. You will also need a button and a yarn needle. So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make this cute little case with space for the ports to go in to be able to charge it without getting it out of the case. It has a button to be able to keep it in place. You can slide them out and close them back into place and securing with the button. And you also have this to be able to hang this case to a bag or somewhere where you can easily find it. Okay, so let's get started. Get your first color, and we are going to start off with chaining 13 chains. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13. I have my 13 chains. I will start off from the second chain. So this is the first, and I'm going to start off the second. And I will single crochet 4. So that was 1. And this is the second one. 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to chain 4. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And those will skip 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Into the next 3 stitches, I will place a single crochet. And then I will single crochet 3 into the last stitch. So 1, 2, and 3. Now I will turn it over and I will crochet on the other side. So now I will single crochet 3. So 1, 2, and 3. Now once we are at the chain space, I'm also crocheting around the yarn to avoid sewing at the end, but you can also leave it if it bothers you. But I like hiding the yarn as I go along. So now I'm going to slip stitch into these 4 chains. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And like that, we have created the space for the charging port. Now I will single crochet once into the next 3 stitches. So that's 1, 2, and 3. And I will put 2 single crochets into the last one. And now we're back to where we have started, and that's the first step to this case. We're going to start the second round, and I'm going to start off with 2 single crochets into the next stitch. And I will mark my first stitch using a stitch marker. Now single crochet once into the first 3 stitches. And we are back to the chain space. I'm going to single crochet 4 around these chains. So that's 2, 3, and 4. Just single crochet around them. And this is how it will look like. Now I will single crochet once into the next 3 stitches. Then at this round I will have 2 single crochets into the next stitch, 1 single crochet into the middle stitch, and 2 single crochets into the next stitch. Single crochet back, 3, we're going to single crochet along the slip stitches that we did before, where we have 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. It might be a little tight going in to the slip stitches, but that's how it would look like once completed. Now I will single crochet into the next 3, and into my last 2 stitches I will first single crochet twice into the next one and once into the last stitch. And like this we have completed our round of the base of our case. Now this should be enough to fit your case. You can always grab your case and see if this sort of makes sense. If it doesn't, you can add another increasing round. If not, we can move on to the next step, which will be to single crochet into each one for 3 rounds total. Okay, so now I'm going to single crochet into each stitch for 3 rounds. now we are on our last round of single crochets. This is the last part before we move on to the leaves. The 3 rows of single crochets are complete. Now I'm going to make a slip off, cut my yarn, make a slip knot using the green, I'm going to start exactly where I just slipped off. I will insert my hook, slip on the slip knot that I just created, pass through, and I will chain 5. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will make a knot with the yarn I just cut off and the new yarn in green to secure it, and later I will sew it in. So after chaining 5, I'm going to double crochet into the same space. I will skip the next 2 stitches, so that's 1, 2, and I will work a double crochet into the 3rd. I will chain twice and work another double crochet into the same stitch. Again, I will skip 2 and work into the 3rd stitch, where I will be repeating this double crochet, chain 2, and double crochet back into the same chain to create these small triangles. So skip 2, and into 3rd stitch you're going to double crochet, chain 2, double crochet back into the same stitch, and I will keep repeating this all around until I get back to the first 5 chains that I've worked. Finally, we'll be back to working into the same stitch that we started off with, and I'm going to slip stitch into the 3rd chain from the 5 chains that we previously worked. Cut the yarn. And this is what we have so far. Next we will be creating the flowers, so grab the color that you will use for your flowers, make a slip knot, back to where I have just fastened off, I will insert my hook into the chain 2 space. Next I will chain 2. So once you have your chain 2, I will be using what is called a popcorn stitch to create this tulip. So I will be double crocheting 3 times into the same chain space. Now I will take out my hook. I will insert it into the second chain. I will also insert it into this loop that we have just created, and I will pass the loop through the chain 2. Chain 2, and like this we have created our first tulip. Now I will be repeating the pattern. Next I will double crochet 4 times into the chain space. And as I did before, I will loosen my loop, take out my hook, I will insert it into the first double crochet stitch. I will insert it through the loop. I will pull the loop tight, and I will pass my loop from the 4th double crochet to the 1st double crochet, chain 2, and like that we have created our next tulip. And we will be repeating this pattern for each chain 2 space. So it is 4 double crochets, loosen the loop, insert your hook into the first double crochet, pass your hook through the loop and the loop through the first double crochet, chain 2, and move on to the next. Once I'm on my last tulip, I will simply chain 2 and join the first chain 2s of the first tulip created. Now I will simply fasten off. And like that we have created the tulips, which are looking very cute. Now we will go back to using the first color, make a slip knot, and for the next round we will going to be single crocheting 3 single crochets into each chain 2 space. So between each tulip we will crochet 3 single crochets. So I'm going to start off from the side. So I joined the purple, and now I will simply single crochet 3. That's 1, 2, and 3. Now at this point, if you want, you can yarn over single crochet over the yarn ends that you have, or you can leave them for later, up to you. So now I'm going to move on to the next chain 2 space, and I'm going to single crochet 3 times. Move on to the next one and single crochet 3 times. Keep repeating this for each chain 2 space. You will single crochet 3 times, which is basically between each tulip. Once we are back to the beginning, I will just slip stitch, chain 1 and single crochet into each stitch that we have just created. Now that we're back, I'm going to slip stitch. This is what we have so far, and we're close to finishing it. So next I'm going to chain 50 to create this loop, slip stitch, and now I'm going to chain 50. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you have your 50 chains, now I will slip stitch into the next stitch. If you'd like a bigger loop, you can always add more chains to it. But I'm going to slip stitch here. And now to give it some meat and not just have this thin thread, I'm going to go back to the first chain. So I've started off here, finished here, but I'm going to start back here and finish, come back to here, and I'm going to single crochet into each one. So I'm going back to the first chain, and I'm going to single crochet into each. Single crochet into each one, and I will meet you back into these last 2 stitches. So now that we're here, I have just single crocheted once into each chain, and we are now at crossroads, sort of, because it looks like this. I'm going to slip stitch into the chain where I first started the first chain for the 50. If you're confused, just slip stitch into any of these tiny spaces here. Slip stitch. Bring your yarn to the front, and that's your loop. Now we're going to find the middle section. Try to line it up with the holes from the bottom, which should be around here. Now we're going to create this band over here with a loop for the button that we're going to use. And again, I'm going to chain and build it by working back and forth. But first, this will take around 4 stitches in measurement for the width. So if I make it flat, and it seems like it's in between these two, so I'm going to plan to start my chains for the band from here. So I'm going to slip stitch into each stitch until I get to my stitch marker. So slip stitch into each stitch. I will slip stitch into the next one, and now I will chain 15. At this point, if you have your AirPods, you can go ahead and give it a try and see that it fits nicely. And that these 15 chains will reach down here where the button will be situated. Now that the 15 chains are completed, I'm going to single crochet into the first one, grab my button, and my button needs around 3 stitches to be able to go through. I'm going to slip stitch through the next 3 stitches, so there's 1, 2, and 3. And now I will single crochet into the next 10. Now that I am back to where I started, I'm going to slip stitch into the next stitch, turn, and I'm going to work back upwards. So single crochet into the next 10, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Right before our slip stitches, I'm going to chain 3, the same amount that I slip stitch. So if you need to slip stitch more to be able to have your button go through, you will need to chain the same amount on this side. And now I'm going to single crochet into the last stitch. And at this point you're going to double check that your button can go through this loop that we just created. If not, you need to create a bigger loop. I'm going to chain 1 and turn again to work on this side. I'm going to single crochet into the first stitch, and I'm going to single crochet 3 into this chain 3 space that we've just created. So that's 1, 2, and 3. And I'm going to single crochet into each of the next stitches, which is 10. To slip stitch into the next stitch, and like this our band is complete. And now all that's left to do is slip stitching into each stitch all around to finish this case off. Once I reach the loop, I will simply fasten off, cut the yarn, and like this we are nearly done. We just need to sew the button and get rid of these yarn ends. So let's give this a try. Okay, it's looking good. So let's sew these ends. I'm going to flip it over to be able to handle these yarn ends easily. Now that we're done from the yarn ends, we're going to sew on the button. And for this step we need some thread, which I did not mention in the beginning. So I'm going to be using the gold thread to match the button, because I do not have any thread in this color or similar. So I'm going to put the button kind of in line with the charging port holes over here, and right in the middle of these two flowers, so it's somewhere here, and I'm going to sew that in place. I'm going to secure it a little bit from the back. So that is also complete. And now that you have your button on, all that's left to do is put this inside and see how it looks. And it looks wonderful to me. I love this simple design. It's so dainty and pretty looking, and you can have any colors that you want. These are the two styles that I created, but go ahead and make your own. The charging port is visible and works very well. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you found it helpful, please like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys!